Okay, so this is my week 4 vlog, and I was going to talk about the new normal. I happened to just see Quinn's 4th vlog, and I wanted to respond to it because I thought his was really interesting. And he spoke of kind of how everything has changed, but also everything kind of getting back to normal. So I wanted to speak on this, and I want to just make it very clear that again, I'm certainly no expert on medicine or epidemiology or have any idea what the policies of either our school or the state or any of this is going to be. This is just me kind of talking about it from what I do know from watching the news basically. Um, Obviously, the current stay-at-home order goes through May, which obviously ended our school year. There are federal guidelines, models of how the virus is going to spread. There's people protesting all this, saying that that's bad and we should all be just going back to normal life. Yada yada yada. The virus has become the only thing that matters. I also think it's worth pointing out that even with everything we've done, that we've had this pretty pretty strict stay-at-home orders in a lot of states like ours, like New York, like California, like especially a lot of the bigger states with urban population centers. That even with those stay-at-home orders, we've had over 1 million people sick and over 65,000 dead due to this virus. So it's pretty serious stuff. So these changes. Hopefully, everyone recognizes that even though these changes are not fun, that they are probably necessary. And again, based on how things are going, I think that there's a good chance that this summer some of the restrictions will lighten up. That we'll probably have some ability to do a little bit more this summer. But even still, uh, this new normal is not going to be normal. This new normal is going to still be pretty weird based on the way current things are. I mean, for instance, I had planned to go to Disney with my family this summer. We had things planned for about the second week in June. That's not happening. I normally go to a big gaming convention in Indianapolis with my two brothers. Don't get to see them very often because we all live in different states. We all meet for this event. We've got about 40 to 50,000 people a year in Indianapolis gaming. Probably not going to happen. If it happens, I'm not going because I'm not risking it. Um, but these things just they can't happen in this world right now. I mean, we don't have sports. The fact that entire sports leagues have either canceled seasons or have postponed seasons. They're looking for ways to get baseball out there, but it'll be with no fans, and now all the teams staying down in Arizona. It's crazy. Um, the new normal might mean picking a small group of friends that you hang out with and having kind of a closed bubble where just you and 10 other people just hang out together, and you don't hang out with people outside of that bubble because you don't want to cross contaminate groups. The new normal might still mean the restaurants are closed or that they're running at 25% capacity, and you don't hardly go out because if it's a 25% capacity. Gosh, how long do you have to wait, and how much area is there to wait in? You can't have like Texas Roadhouse has, where that little room has people shoulder to shoulder. New normal might mean wearing masks all the time if you're out, even if you're just hanging out with your friends. At least if you're going to follow the guidelines. Um, and summer will end and we'll get back to school, and we might have weird measures there. Again, this is just me speculating. I have no idea whatsoever, but it could mean masks at school. Could mean that we get into October, November, and there's an outbreak somewhere in the state or everywhere in the state, and we're back to distance learning again. Or maybe everything will be okay. I don't know. Those of you that are seniors, right now it means that, obviously you lost a big part of your senior year, but it also might mean that you miss a large part of your freshman year. And I'll be honest, I do feel truly kind of heartbroken for you guys for that. And I don't say this to make you guys feel even more sad and make you think about stuff that maybe you haven't thought of yet. But I know for me, like my senior year of high school, there are a lot of memories that I cherished, but my freshman year of college, like going there, being on my own for the first time, at least more so. I mean, my parents are still supporting me in a lot of ways. But being on my own in that way, uh, and being there with a lot of other people that were undergoing the same thing, that was an important year for me and my growth. And I feel terrible that you guys are probably gonna have that taken away from you. Now, of course, it's not really taken away from you; it's just delayed. But nevertheless, like I said, I don't say this to make you feel sad. I'm merely just to say this: until there's a vaccine, the new normal is still going to be pretty weird. But almost every generation has things that test them. or at least group. Sometimes it's more regional things. But for mine, when 9/11 happened, I was basically 20 years old, and I was in college, and we worried about whether there was going to be a draft. We worried about whether terrorism could possibly literally happen anywhere. We worried about the safety of planes and stuff like that. The next time I took a flight was a pretty nerve-wracking situation. Um, I was also a bit older when this happened, but I also lived through the NIU Valentine's Day shooting. I was at that point, that would have been 2008 from when I had to look it up. I didn't even remember this for sure the year. But in 2008, Valentine's Day, there was a school shooting at Northern Illinois University. I was up there teaching at DeKalb High School. I was a pretty young teacher. I would have been in either my second or third year of teaching. And on top of that, I think I would have been my third year because I think my first year at SHG was 2008, 2009. But like I lived through that, being someone who was not only a teacher in the community but a grad student at NIU, and my wife being actually on campus going to law school at the time. And you know, it was weird. Things shut down for a while. Things were different once they came back. Uh, but it did. These things kind of shaped my identity in certain ways. That maybe my sense of compassion in certain situations might be because I've had to go through the fear of wondering whether I was going to be drafted, even though it was, totally an unfounded fear. I mean, and the whole idea of terrorism happening anywhere. I was in Macomb, Illinois. Let's be serious. But nevertheless, just my emotions at the time helped shape who I was. They were my tests. They were my generation's tests. And for people at NIU in 2008, it was a test for us. And I'm not saying like this is some type of larger plan type of thing. Like, I don't like the idea of ascribing these things to God, but this is one of your tests. And especially for all of you, obviously I mostly make these for honors broadcasting, but I put them out public so other people might see it. But especially for those of you that are honors broadcasting kids that I'm addressing this to, I have an incredible amount of faith that you'll get through this. Um, it'll become part of your identity. It'll make you a better, more compassionate person that understands more of the world because of this. So obviously, this sucks. Nobody likes this. Nobody likes the fact that our school year ended or that next school year, who knows what's going to happen. It sucks that our summer might be at least weird, probably more open than it is now, but still weird. But I think it will make you all. You have the opportunity to use this to make yourself a better person, both by what you can stay at home and learn, what you can focus on about yourself, but also these experiences, like I said, can just give you a new outlook on this world. So I know I went way, way over. I doubled up the length on this, but I want to talk about some serious stuff. So I hope you're all doing well out there. You're staying safe, and that everything is well for you. See you later.